Well, climate change seems to be an area President Trump seems not to be a believer in, of which Nigeria has been vigorously pursuing. Do you think there will be a clash of interests?
Well, yes, most possibly there might be some certain disagreement to that. If also, Victor, if you will candidly agree with me, while Nigerian and other African governments have demonstrated their interest in, there has been no substantial amount of effort to necessarily curb this, the issue of affect our climate in Africa, which continue to remain prevalent. So we need to take actions rather than give our intent, because we have lived with the notion of intentions of doing certain things that will generally benefit the continent. But if it is not put into policy, there is going to impact on the society as to those effects.
I believe that the non-belief in climate change is Mr. Trump's personal opinion, and I believe that because of the institutions that America works on, that logic will prevail over sentiment. And by the time he is presented with all the facts and is duly briefed with evidences, I believe that we'll soon see Mr. Trump changing his position on climate change. And I think that is in no distant time. So I believe really we have nothing to worry about when it comes to that, because institutions will take care of that beyond the sentiment of one man.
Okay, so now in your own opinion, if the Nigerian government were to seek a collaboration or assistance, which sector would you like to see them put forward?
Yeah, thank you very much, Victor, for having me. I want to believe and I want to say that President Trump is the reality of America right now. We as a nation and who claim to be sovereign must also create our own reality, independent of what the reality of other nations must be. So the actualization of the Trump dream must not be an excuse for our own ineffectiveness or inefficiency as a nation or as a continent. So I believe that the future of Africa and of Nigeria at large does not depend and is not tied to the Trump presidency. I believe we determine our own future by the actions that we take now and the things that we do now, the seeds that we sow now, and the economy that we build right now. Our next 4 years, our next 5, 8 years is built by the policies we are making now. So not on President Trump. Obama was there for 8 years and is gone, and the world did not stop because he has gone. So the same thing with Trump. It therefore means that we are the author of our own destiny as a nation and as a continent. The Trump presidency, as he has said at his inaugural speech, that he is looking at wiping out Islamic extremists. Extremists must be noted, quote unquote, from the surface of the earth. So I want to believe he meant that in the terms of terrorists. And so Nigeria is battling and we are winning the war on terrorism. And so that could be a very vast area that we would be looking at collaborating. And to tell you the truth, Mr. Trump is a businessman, and he will be looking at doing business and also maintaining the world power status of America. And which other partner would he have in Africa beyond Nigeria? So I believe that his foreign policy would also favor Nigeria in to a large extent. But like I've said earlier, we must be clear with what we want as a nation, so that when we get to the negotiation table, we are not blabbering.
All right, guys, thanks for coming on the program and sharing your thoughts, but that's where we have to leave the conversation for now. We take a quick break, and when we return, we bring the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel, of course, by you in the past week. Stay with us.
we had a voice speaking that I'm Judah the Chaos, all those stuff. So
This video of a boy trapped in a wall in Ondo State takes the 5th position in this week's most viewed videos.
We're not like, this thing is getting too much. We now went to ask our neighbor that, who did you put in your house that is disturbing us at night? And our neighbor told us that we should be the one that she has been thinking of coming to ask us. And we discovered that it was just the poor boy that was there.
Up next, in 4th, is the capture of the Sambisa forest by troops of the Nigerian army. In 3rd place is the video of a Nigerian warship headed to the Gambia as part of ECOMOG troops to enforce a resolution by ECOWAS. The second most viewed video is the broadcast of the former Gambian President Yahya Jammeh agreeing to step down from power after intense pressure from the ECOWAS nations. And topping the chart is the video of a truck filled with 145 children intercepted by security officials in Jos, Plateau State.
Well, there you go, the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. However, Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large will be waiting patiently to see which way the pendulum of the Trump presidency will swing. But until then, analysts will be keeping a close tab on the activities of the 45th president of the United States. And that's where we wrap it up on this edition of the program. Thank you for watching. I'm Victor Matthias, and do remember, the conversation doesn't end here. It continues via the social media addresses showing on your screen. Goodbye.